This is Nancy Churnin, theater critic for the Dallas Morning News. I have Stephanie Stiles here in the studio with us today. Stephanie is one of the stars of NEWSIES, which is at the Winspear Opera House through May 10th. Welcome, Stephanie.
Thank you so much for having me.
Well, it's so great to have you here, and I understand you're happy to be back in Texas.
Am.
You are from...
I'm born and raised Houston, Texas, but I've spent a lot of time in Dallas and all the other cities we're going to with NEWSIES, so I'm so happy to be back here and I feel at home.
Oh, that's great. And you have been performing from a very young age, isn't that right?
I have. I took my first classes in musical theater starting at 4 in Houston, but then I was in my first professional show at 6. So I've been doing this for a while, but I love it.
And we just had the Dallas Summer Musicals High School Musical Theater Awards, and I understand you were a High School Musical Theater Award kid.
I did.
A winner of the Tommy Tune Award.
I did. I won the Tommy Tune Award, and then I went on to be a finalist at the National High School Musical Theater Awards in New York, and that was just such an exciting time in my life. I know the student award shows, it's even better than prom. It was one of my favorite nights in high school.
Oh, that's great. Well, tell me about NEWSIES. How did you get the part? When did you find out about that?
Well, I actually was auditioning for the role during my last semester in college. I just graduated a year ago from the University of Michigan in Ann Arbor, and I was studying musical theater, and I was flying back and forth my last semester, and my last final audition was between my last day of school and my first final. I was studying in a Panera cramming, and I found out I got the role and started crying, and I couldn't tell anyone. And then I had to go take a final, but thankfully there was a question on Disney Theatrical, and so I think I did pretty well.
Oh, perfect question.
But it was great.
That's wonderful. And so then I understand you went to see it on Broadway. How many times did you see it?
I saw NEWSIES on Broadway 4 times. Once right when it opened, and then 3 times prior to finding out I was going to be playing the role of Katherine.
And the part of Katherine is not in the movie.
She's not. She's not in the 1992 film. She's an amalgamation of the Bill Pullman character, the reporter, and then Jack's love interest, Sarah. And so she's new, and she's, this reporter starting out at the New York Sun, and she, writes about vaudeville and these wonderful entertainment shows, but she really wants to get into some meatier topics, and she falls in love with this strike and its leader.
That's great. Well, tell us a little bit about the show, and also I understand that you worked directly with Harvey Fierstein, who wrote the script and created the part of Katherine.
Yes, Harvey created Katherine, and we worked with the full creative team. We worked with Jeff Calhoun, the original Broadway director, Chris Catelli, who won the Tony for Best Choreography, and then the amazing Alan Menken and Jack Feldman, who won the Tony for Best Score for NEWSIES, and we worked with all of them in New York creating this show, and there are some additions to this show that weren't on Broadway. We have a new song, some of the choreography is different, so it's really a treat, and people are in for a good time at the theater.
That's great. It's the story of the news strike of 1899.
It's a true story. It's this raw historical event that really happened where these young men took on these New York giants and really fought for what they believed in alongside with Katherine, the reporter. And what's great is that you have this raw, true story, but then it still has that Disney magic and that wonderful Disney music.
And I also have to ask you, because people are going to see a young woman in the show with dark hair.
Yes.
And I want them to know it's you. So tell me.
It's me.
Tell us all what it takes for you to get ready to get into the right hair and makeup for the role.
What's great is that I wear a wig in the show. I'm a brunette with these amazing power bangs. And really, for any actor getting into wig and costumes and makeup, I think that's, the cherry on top of the sundae. That's really what gets me into character. And so I get to the theater about an hour and a half prior to the show. I do a vocal warm-up. I get my makeup on. I get assistance with my wig. Someone puts that on for me, and then I get into these amazing costumes, and then I feel really that I am Katherine, and I'm there and ready to tell this awesome story.
Oh, great. And we can't wait to see you. You're going to be at the Winspear through May 10th.
I will.
And we're happy to have you here in Texas.
Thank you so much for having me here.
Oh, our pleasure, and I hope you have fun while you're here. Enjoy the weather, the sights.
I love it.
That's great. Thank you again, and best of luck with the show.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you.
Take care.